You know, we have a battle of the Luffys. We got red purple versus black yellow at table 5.
Oh, we got to do that.
All right, let's go over there real quick
Easy.
then. Let's go over there. And let me just get that set up. Cool. Yeah, we'll head right over there. All right, I'll get their names real quick. And also let me make sure I get Sos here.
Friendly Ghost.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
you
this
can be heard
matchup.
now. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, this this matchup is I think a lot of like surface level, a lot of people like to think this matchup is favored RP Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
And the main reason why I think a lot of people do think that is because of the Jambe
Mm-hmm.
having just completely ignoring Sabos, kind of forces the BY player to actually have always one life. So I guess the trick is to have go up to 9k and then always have one extra life, which is very doable, and you just have to set it up that way, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is gonna be tricky for Black Yellow Luffy to sometimes get out of it just because yeah, as you said, like the reset is really, really impactful. But it looks like we're gonna start off with a Garp, we're gonna find a 5 cost Luffy, and we're gonna pass it back.
Yeah, and Luffy going first, RP Luffy going first is actually exactly what they want to do. But because you get to play that Zoro usually, yep, seeing the Zoro come down is very nice, and choosing not to attack, not to be aggressive, is very interesting. Um, I guess that's just usually the way people like to play against BY, anyways, right?
Yeah, but I think you can kind of afford to be a little aggressive at
Yeah.
times, but it's like Black Yellow Luffy would be the only deck that I would think about, like maybe not, right?
Hmm. And we kind of see a little bit of the punish here. A lot of BY decks are moving toward 10 cost Kuzan and multiple copies of 4 cost Kuzan, which just kind of reward the player for playing slow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that card's
So
been I think pretty prevalent, especially since like with the restriction list, it's been very popular in a lot of lists.
yeah, so we are going to see an empty swing with that Zoro to just ramp us one active Dawn, and now currently sitting at 6 Dawn. This is a pretty good prime time to play a 5 cost usually, but it looks like we are going to play the 4 cost Bong Clay going up to 7. So next turn we're already at 9 Dawn.
Yeah, that's super strong and generally what the deck wants to do, and that's like kind of why you want to go first for that for additional ramp. But it looks like we still also have something we want to do for our 3. No, okay, we just. I mean, it doesn't matter. They know that they're going to take the damage anyways, right? But
Yeah, they're probably going to take the damage anyways, and I mean seeing the first damage is pretty big here. But I guess with 9 Dawn next turn, you're going to see a boss character coming down, but we do see a 5k swing. I wonder I mean, I guess we're swinging into the Zoro, right?
yeah,
Yeah, being
yeah.
base 6k is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it does make it a little bit easier for where these swings are going, but yeah, it looks like we're going 6 now into the Luffy leader. And
Yeah,
if you guys haven't seen this card for a while, let me bring it up on the screen. Yeah, he's the non-banned red purple leader from Sardec 10.
yeah.
Yeah, 6k leader, only 3 life, which is pretty unique for this leader, but he does have a lot of good ramp potential too.
Yeah, we did see that 5 cost Luffy coming down using its ability here to take our own life, send it to the trash, and then draw 1 card. And we actually trash a pistol, which is rather unfortunate. We could have gotten rid of that Bong Clay, which might come into an issue right now because that's technically an AK elite character,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. Yeah. The finger gun. I've hit it off in my life so many times. It's crazy because I've been playing that card more often, and you just get to you just see it every time. Like just whenever you use like a thunderbolt or like when you use the Luffy effect, or it's always there, but never at the right time.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think another thing to note too later down the line, if we do see Gear 5 Luffy coming down, the 10 cost purple Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
is that it actually resets our BY Luffy. So if we start off the turn as 9k, well, once we get back to a new turn, it's back at 5k, which is really scary.
Yeah, that 10 cost. Yeah, since it all the boosts you get from the 2 drop boys are only until the end of the turn. But man, we don't have any top end. That's insanely unlucky for red purple Luffy.
Yeah. I mean, and this is part of the issue with the deck, right? We don't see that much draw power to begin with. A lot of our draw comes from cards like Queen or Nami,
Yeah.
some sort of search.
Yeah, and I think it's just the consistency. I mean, we have less card draw in general. We only have 3 life, so we don't usually take it early. We have ways to get to our top pieces, but if we don't find it, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah. And right now we're just kind of giving BY a couple of extra turns here to see all of their pieces. Maybe they were missing that Sabo that they did just end up grabbing, and
Mm-hmm.
we're still searching. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Rocket Luffy. So I mean, Rocket Luffy can get rid of the Bond Clay, right? Like it's a little bit tricky for us to remove that. But
No way.
3 searches in this turn. What are we
Uh,
looking for? We already have our. Are we looking for 2 costs? I'm guessing.
I'm not sure if Harrison knows this, but we can grab geckos with garp.
We can bottom deck them very easily though.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
very easily.
Yeah, we might be possibly looking for our kid characters. We do see a lot of the 5 cost top end, but I don't think I've seen too many of the kid characters come out yet.
Yeah, I think I don't know in these situations, right? I personally think the better play is to play 5 cost Sabo and get the draw instead. That
Mm,
cycle is just better, and then like if you needed to find something, then you play the 1 drops afterwards. Since we know that the Sabo's in hand right now, right?
right. Oh, there it is.
There's the 2 cost.
Yeah. Looks like it was a bit of a difficult decision too, so they're probably having a couple different choices there. And I guess this is at a point right now where I feel like Harrison needs to kind of make the decision, do I want to go down to 0? Unfortunately, with 5 Dawn, we can't really we can go Luffy ability, play at 1 cost. So the most we can do is 7k, but looks
Mm-hmm.
like we are going to play it slow. Playing out that Sabo, drawing 2, trashing 2, getting that cycle.
Yeah, there's a 5 cost Luffy. So which is important. Like Sabo's also really good for setting for trash for later turns too.
Yeah, especially setting up for the turns for the gecko turns when you don't have, like, if you don't have the kid characters in trash and you can only trash one, really comes into play there.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like we are going to go ahead and just pass the turn. We are unable to swing just because our leader is a base 5k, of course. And now with only 5 cards in hand, did we finally see any top end?
Yeah, yeah, and I think like maybe Harrison's recognizing like, man, if there's a 9, 10, 8 cost that would have been played last turn, I could have also I mean, they could have pressured with 5 cost Luffy, right? But since it would have been a 6 to 6, and maybe they're just worried that like if they make something like Luffy an 8k with its own effect, then the Bond Clays get to attack as 8ks. So I respect the patience from him, but man, it must Damien must just not be seeing their high end, which really stinks for this deck.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. I hope, I mean, I feel like if I have 10 costs, I just play it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing the 7 cost kid coming out here, this is the same from the starter deck. We're going to -1 Dawn, give our leader +1k until the end of our opponent's turn. So this is a base 7k leader right now. That's very, very strong. The question is, do we want to get down our opponent even further? If we take one more life to our opponent, we do 1 more damage. He ends up leaving at 1, and then we're going to have to actually give him the free gecko turn.
Yeah. So that's a little unfortunate, right? Because they can use it the 5 cost Luffy. So and these Bond Clays, since I mean they could attack for 6ks, right? That's not like terrible, but with how it is, you just kind of don't want to do anything, which feels bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't really want to do anything on top of the fact that if we do commit all the way with these bond clays, possibly attaching some of these extra dawn onto our bond clays, we still have Sabo on the other side of the board.
Mm-hmm. We're just playing
Mm.
another. I think that card's just better in hand, to be honest.
Yeah, at
Uh,
this current point, I feel like the 5k is not going to do too much in this matchup.
no. I mean, it kind of just says like you better go down to 0 life this turn, but that's going to be so easy, right?
Yeah,
Luffy
yeah. All we're
effect on the
really
5 cost, just have a Flampe and something in hand, then you're good to go.
Yeah, and we definitely for I mean, there's probably no way we don't have a 2K counter or some sort of card that allows us to awaken faster because of the Sabo
Mm-hmm.
plus the ST 14 or ST 13 Luffy that we did play out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right, thinking on how they want to get there. Got like 8 cards in hand, 8, 9, maybe even 10.
I mean, look, it is still extremely possible, probably unlikely that they're still missing some pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is possible.
It is. It
um,
is scarily possible. Yes, I will
yeah,
agree.
so maybe it's possible that Harrison's actually thinking, can I wait another turn?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can drop another Kuzan. Maybe I can drop another Sabo. Try to find some more pieces. And it looked like we might be doing just that, dropping ourselves another Sabo. We're going to draw 2 trash 2, getting a bit more cycle. Did we find some of those pieces that we need to maybe for the following turn to go all the way in?
Yeah. Well, we've gotten so much cycle. Like this deck is good for cycling, but it is absurd how much cycle we've gotten. We've resolved 2 Sabos. We've done what 3 Garps, 2 events, 1 event, like a lot, like a lot, a lot, a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. 2 more 5 cost characters. So it possibly is that was the case. Maybe his hand is just filled with 5 cost characters right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be
And then
curious to see how many. I mean, we've put 20 cards to the bottom of our deck, right? Because we've done or what 16 cards, right?
Mhm.
4 top 5 searches. So there has to be at least 1 or 2 more is on the bottom there too now, right?
Right, definitely. Now, do you think you'd feel comfortable going down to 0 life, awakening, going up to 7K with 1 extra life with 2 Sabos on the board?
I think I would be okay with that. I think like the fear is that because we can do that, right? We still have 5 Dawn, so 5 drop effect, 1 drop Flampe.
Mhm.
Are we gonna play a third Saba? Oh, we're playing a
No way.
third Saba.
We don't have a third one, do we?
We just
Ooh,
have Ace. Okay, we just have Rush Ace.
okay. Yeah, definitely don't mind this. It kind of makes the opponent kind of deal with it for the following turn, of course. I guess the only unfortunate part about this is that those are 2 7K bomb clays now.
Mm-hmm. And you have a 5K leader, and maybe that Jean Bart's the right play if they didn't. I mean, the thing
Wow.
is with Garp and with the searches is that there aren't any ways to find Flampes, Makinos, Hioris. All those get bottom decked by Garp and the event search, right?
Right.
So there's a chance you just didn't have the piece.
See, now I'm really curious here is if we go 7 7 5 7 9, we play 10 cost Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this still is a 5K leader, but it looks like we have the new gate coming down here,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
I mean, we get to become a 9K leader ourselves, which is really funny.
Yeah. The battle of the 9K leaders.
Yeah, yeah, you're not the only 9K Luffy around here, bub.
But it looks like we probably are not committing to go into life here.
Yeah. So just showing, yeah, there's a cycle. We get to attack, lose a Dawn. Um, I don't know. I think we're kind of okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we could have gone down to 0 life if we really wanted to,
Mm.
which I wouldn't have hated as a play, but again, like with 10 cost Luffy can just reset all your advantage really quickly. It is intimidating.
I think something to think about here is it looks like Harrison only has 6 cards in hand. And I feel like for a BY player at this point of the game, I feel like it's kind of low.
Mm-hmm. And we end up just passing after these two attacks. We got rid of a Sabo, um, and
I probably would
I
have
don't,
swung 7 into the
with one of the Bon Clays.
with the Bart, maybe swinging 7, attaching to Dawn. And we're not really like fearful of going down to losing this turn because we're a 9K leader.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Since we use Newgate and then the 7-drop uses Kid,
Yeah.
I don't think that's too outrageous. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird spot. There's a lot of weird mechanics back and forth because like if you play Gecko Mori as Harrison, these Bond Clays become 9Ks, right? Um, it's really intimidating.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, 3 9Ks on the board is kind of a little frightful. So yeah, I think this is just Harrison trying to figure out, do I go down to 0 now? And I think at
Yeah.
this point, I feel like we have to. I don't think we have a choice.
I really
now.
think it was last turn, to be honest. I think last turn,
Mm.
and then even if it's just a 7K leader with 1 life, I think would be better than we were at. But it looks like we're attaching it down. We're going 8 into likely the Eustace Kid.
Yeah.
Another Bon Clay. All right, we have 3 copies of it. Good to know.
Hand full of Bon Clays.
Full of them.
Full of them. 8K back into the Kid. I think we counter this. Ooh, we're gonna give him a Radical Beam for it?
Yeah, we're down. Something's funny is like if you're really defensive, like sometimes it's like you're still at 3 life and Rad Beam's only a 2K. I've been I've made that mistake before, but we have taken 1 hit, which is nice.
Interesting enough, we can actually still awaken and go down to 9 if we wanted to.
We're playing another 5 cost. Okay, Luffy.
Okay.
And for
Tapping
1 Ice Age. Okay. So on the
Newgate.
Newgate, yeah. I could have seen the Eustace Kid too, but that is
Sure.
I think either is good.
All right, I think it's time now.
For someone to go down to 0 life.
Right. Yeah, I think it's time for the RP Luffy player here to really go all in. I think with 3 cards in hand, I mean 1 blocker. We have 2 7Ks plus the 5K. This BY is still at 5K. I mean, and then if he also has 10 cost Luffy too, that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, with only 1 Sabo, yeah, I think you're right. I think we just go in, see what happens.
Yeah.
Probably start with the 5K Jean Bart swing. If they block it, then we just bully their blocker.
Yeah. Unless we have another Bon Clay.
we can run 4. You are right, but we're doing Dawn math, and I mean, if you're playing 10 cost, Dawn math is easy. You pay 10, so looks like we're thinking about playing something for 6. Oh, the Sanji blocker. Okay.
Oh, okay. We're playing it slow. We're playing it slow.
Yeah, I like playing this card in the deck, especially because like if we play 10 cost Luffy, we will likely be less Dawn than our opponent, so we can play this for 3 and still have 1 open after we do the reset. So it's a good blocker for that. But looks like we are going to be attacking 9K into Ace, making our leader a 7K once again. I mean, we attack with Bond Clays first though, right? Because now we can only be a 6K.
Yeah. At this point, I would just wait.
Yeah.
Honestly. Now that we committed to the 6 cost blocker, I think we wait. Honestly, I think this is just a showcasing of RP Luffy not seeing its pieces, or just seeing him way too late.
Yeah.
Because with two cards in their hand, I mean, you only have so many options, and
For
not having
sure.
so much draw power, it can be kind of tough.
Yeah, I mean both leaders are at 2 life right now. Red purple probably has the better board, but we have like I think 7 cards in hand for Harrison. So pretty wide board, and I was thinking like maybe we go down to 0 life quickly, but it seems to be really paying off on the resource grind to just stay at this 2 and be really patient about it.
Yeah, and this is the thing with Black Yellow Luffy is that even at this point, we're facing a pretty menacing board. We have two Bon Clays, we have the Kid. I mean, this board is pretty stacked, and on top of the fact that this leader is a 7K base leader currently, and I kind of still feel like BY still has the upper hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Right, unless you draw the 10 cost pretty soon. And with having the useless kid still on board, there can be some plays where you play Nami for 1, attack with useless kid, lose the Dawn, refresh it with leader, and then be able to play 10 cost. It means like the wrap back around is a little bit worse, but um, all you really care is making their leader a 5K, right?
Right.
And when this deck can also run Diablo Jambe to make your Saba blockers not blockers anymore, you know, 12K unblockable against a 5K leader with them at 0 life is usually a wrap.
All right, so we do still, of course, still have our tendon. Haven't decided to do really anything right now just yet, but possibly attaching 4. Yep. Okay, we see a 9K swing, probably going into the Kid.
Mm-hmm. No, we have a blocker. We have 4 Dawn open for like some rad beams potentially. We also just need a 2K to get out. But when you only have 2 cards in hand, that's pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe possibly deciding if you want to give him a rad beam.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, yep, we're going to go ahead and give him a rad beam. Only 1 card in hand.
Yeah, I'm really surprised on the patience stuff for Harris. Not even like it's the wrong play because I don't play this matchup enough. I truly don't know, but it is bizarre to see red purple or black yellow Luffy to be like this that 5 drop Luffy. He hit the board right, and then he's done nothing. He's just been staring at his opponent right. Like it's been
Yeah.
hasn't
He just has his
attacked.
fist ready. He's
Yeah,
just ready to
he's
go.
whatever you want me, I could do it. Just let me know. Just
Yeah. Yeah, it is very honestly, it is very interesting. Kind of scary. It kind of makes me really think that I don't know. There's just no way Harrison has everything yet. There's no way. There's no way.
surely no way.
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I think honestly what it is that Harrison is missing something that is making him feel uncomfortable to go down to 0 right now.
Yeah.
And yes, he does have 7 cards in his hand. But the thing is, okay, maybe we're just missing a gecko. It could be possibly that we don't want to commit to that. Or maybe we can go down to 0 very easily, but we can't have like this buffer of life in case he does have a 10 cost.
Oh,
And is
is
that going to be an 8K swing?
Garp looks like he's trying to go
He's
in. Yeah.
swinging. Okay. All right. 8K swing going into the Kid here, forcing. Do you really want to?
Oh
Okay.
man. Okay,
All
Garb
right.
Garb got him.
I mean, menacing. We played 3.
I'm super surprised we didn't block though, right? Isn't
That's
it
very true. Why didn't? Yeah, that's.
I'm unsure.
Oh,
Cuz I would almost say that Useless Kid is almost strictly better on the board than Sanji, but maybe
yeah,
we really value that blocker.
100%. Okay, now with 2 cards in hand, we're at a full 10 Dawn. I mean, surely we go in now.
We've been saying this for like 10 minutes, right? Like this is like I don't know if you've it's somehow 8 minutes left in time. Like we've been watching this match for 22 minutes and it's just been a game of like chicken virtually staring down our opponent, right?
Right. Yeah. Another white beard. Do we see it? Oh man, I'm so curious because we are currently in top deck mode.
We
I
are,
am
yeah.
so curious what he drew.
Okay, 6 at likely the garp, I guess, at this point, right? If we're yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool,
Okay, all
cool.
right.
Good. Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
you got it. You got it.
Pass,
You got it. You got it.
pass with 10
No
open.
way. No way do we pass. No way. No shot.
I
think you're
understand
right. I
respecting
think
your
you're right. I
opponent and
think
your
you're right.
opponent's
I
deck
think
and
you're right.
what they're doing, but
Oh,
someone's gotta do
someone's got to
something,
go.
right? Oh,
Okay, we're
replace
tapping
our
one down
garp,
here.
right?
Another garb.
All right, one cost event. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Rule
No
number
way.
1: always have a garp on board.
Rule number 2: always make sure to swing AK with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so possibly looking for. There's the baby Luffy that we've been missing this whole entire time.
That's sure. Yeah, surely that's the card we've been
Yep.
missing. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. So grabbing that kid character Luffy, of course. Now, is it time?
And we've got
Is it
9
time?
Dawn, right?
Right. Now, what we can't. Okay, it looks like an 8K swing.
I think it's a 9K swing.
Oh, 9K. 9K
Yeah,
swing.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
9K swing.
At leader, I would, yeah, likely be tempted to take this at this point. Here's 10 cost Luffy, right? Right.
I know.
And then for 6, oh yeah, for 5, sorry. Another Saba. Okay.
Sabo. All right.
And okay, 2 cost Luffy that we just added.
Yeah. We never needed him. We never needed him.
Yeah, it was just a bait.
Yeah, definitely debate. And it looks like I have quite a few choices here.
Now, I real quick. So this is the
Sure.
is this cam cutting out a little bit for you too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was making sure it just wasn't on my side or for the stream side.
Yeah. No, just a little choppy, I think, is what it looks like. Yeah, 2 Luffys. Okay, so we never needed it.
We never needed it. Yeah,
We
yeah.
never need. You're right. Surprise.
We drew 1 and then the Sabo drew 2 more.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we are going to pass the turn. And now with 2 active Sabos, both under protection, it's looking pretty safe here. We have 2 life, 2 Sabos. That's at least 5 swings here. And sure, the Bon Clays are at 6K, but I think now it might be a little too late to go all in. I think we need to wait just a little longer, actually.
I think there was a time that we could have done it and maybe should have done it, but looks like, well, I'm guessing, what, a queen at this point? Which is probably one of the best. Oh, no, just another not just another 6.
Another 6, okay.
And pass.
And we're going to pass? All right. All right.
I didn't expect this game to go into time. I'll be honest. I thought we'd be done.
Yeah, no, I definitely
in 20. Normally, want to just be patient, be kind of floundering. Right now is really interesting.
Yeah, RP Luffy is definitely a deck that does not usually like to be patient. You always want to be very aggressive with that deck, but we are going to see finally a 6K swing going into RP Luffy. We're going to go ahead and give him the Nami 1K counter, of course. And now that Garp is returned once again, 6K swing with the Garp. And we have only 2 cards in hand. Are we going to go ahead and give him possibly a Radical Beam for this Garp swing?
I mean, I think we...
We're
thinking about blocking. Oh, man.
Not the blocker.
Oh, yeah.
We gave him 8 cost kid for one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the Sanji does go down, and do we see a third Sabo still drawing a couple of cards that we possibly might have been missing? One of them being a Borsalino. Now that's actually pretty interesting. A lot of people have been teching in 4-cost Borsalino in their BY decks.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge fan of it, but I guess I see possibly a value Moria play to grab one of those.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's at the beginning of the format. I liked Borsalino. My interest in him kind of waned, especially with like red purple like law being around is a good answer to it. But I think in this format he's a little bit better. But oh, okay, they have too many cards in hand. We got to discard 2 more.
Too many. Okay.
All right. Oh, the dice, good. All right,
The first card.
first card,
Oh,
yeah.
the last card at the
Last
end.
card,
Okay.
yeah.
Put it aside.
2K Hiyori. Okay, for the record, we could have gone down to 0 and
We
used
could
the
have
effect
gone down to
whenever,
0,
like
yeah.
probably for a while.
Yeah.
And another
Oh
2K.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we definitely could have gone down to 0.
Yeah.
Unless both of those was drawn off the Sabo.
Yeah. True, but we discarded a Makino earlier, yeah.
Okay. So it looks like we do have 5 cards in hand now. 5 to 6, I believe.
Yep.
And I think the Garp has to go.
I think you're right. You know what? I think you've made the right choice. Yeah, he has to go.
Okay, 3 Dawn, possibly attaching it to this Gene. No,
4
9K.
Dawn. Sorry,
Not into the
10K.
Garp.
10K.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it 3? Is it 3?
Um,
Yeah. It's 4. 4. Yeah.
4,
We
4.
forgot to use our leader effect, but it doesn't matter because we're going up to 10 next turn
Sure.
anyways.
We could have swung 10 into it, but sure.
You're right. You could have done one more. I think there is a 4th Dawn just horizontally attached.
Yeah.
So we could have gone 11.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
All right, Harrison is out of Garp, so he's in danger now. He's out of resources.
Technically speaking, Harrison can no longer attack this game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's out of attackers.
All right, so we have 3 blockers up. Now is the time. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Honestly. I don't think so.
Also, for the record, we somehow chose the only table to go into time out of the the 25, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, going 8 into, I guess, leader because there's literally no other options.
Big 8. Honestly, I think we're just swinging big here.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're awakening. It's very, very interesting. So 8K swing here. We need to give him another radical beam if we have it, or possibly a. Oh no, we're just going to give him a block. Okay.
And that's fine because like they can. That one's really susceptible to Rocket Luffy, right? So. I mean, I wish we had Eustace Kid. Eustace Kid still being on this board, I think would have been.
Oh yeah.
I think we should have blocked with Sanji.
But we do have a Sanji now on the board.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that like for if either player could just start attacking willy nilly and put a lot of pressure down, right?
Yeah.
Because even though we just have like Sabu's Luffy 5-drop, they can get so really high attack power too.
And this is the difference between both of these decks. At both points, both of these players can do that. The difference is that RP Luffy will always have a smaller hand than BY.
And here, real quick, let me tell them. Hey guys, real quick, it's time and round, so this is turn 0. Cool, thank you.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and see a 9K swing with that Saba going into the leader here. And now we only have, I believe, 5 active Dawn left. So this is another 9. We have to give him another 4K counter. I mean, we could also block with that Sanji. Oh, yep. Going to go ahead and give him the block. And I think at this point, I think Harrison honestly is probably just really afraid of double bond clay. I think that's honestly the only answer that we have here. Being afraid of the double bond clay on a gecko turn is pretty scary. Obviously, that's two free 9K swings.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's probably where Harrison's head's at currently at.
Yeah, I on the flip side, I think he's over respected the fact that these can be some big swings occasionally.
Right.
Are we thinking about swinging with the Sabo before swinging with the Luffy though? That seems
Yep.
a little interesting. I mean, we can still attack with the Luffy whenever we want, so and we can make it larger, but it looks like we're going to go 8 into 6.
We might see 2 8s.
I mean, we have it'd be 8 8 but two more Dawn because you could use Luffy's effect. So you can go 8 and 10. Oh, camera fell.
All right.
All right.
Back up.
Yeah, 8's going into leader.
Yep.
Which is still a 6K. So they'd have to rad beam or give a 2K, 1K. Yeah, going down to 0.
Okay, so we swing 10 here.
Yeah, we can go 6 and then 10. And that would mean they'd have to have a 1K rad beam and a 1K. So it'd be pretty exact. Oh, they're just going 8s
No.
without the boost.
It's a little scary.
That is really scary.
Base AK swing. We gotta have the radical beat. Okay.
We have the
Jambe.
Jambe, yeah.
I think we're gonna pass.
We are gonna pass.
We're passing. Yeah, based on the way we've been playing here, I definitely think he's just gonna go ahead and pass. And yeah, we are gonna go ahead and just pass the turn. Now Harrison only with 1 blocker, 2 life. Now on the flip side, I mean RP Luffy doesn't have too much in their hand.
Yeah,
I mean on the board.
And there's 1 minute left in overtime, so like you have to start moving.
Yeah. Surely this is the turn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start turning cards sideways.
Yeah, and Harrison does have quite a few cards in his hand still. It's like 6
Yeah.
cards in his hand.
Yeah, yep.
So, so go 4. So Bonklai is a 6K character right now.
Yes,
Right.
yeah. You can go 5, 6, 6, 10 drop, and go again. Yeah, but that's not.
I don't think 10 drop gets you there.
No, it'd have to be like the way, right? But because you get a lot of attacks in, but and then like you get to end with like a 12K and a 10K attack, I think. But I think they'll have enough ones and blockers and stuff to get out of it.
And I think the best that RP Luffy can do is like 7, 8, 8, 8. Oh,
it's unfortunately it's timing round. Hey, and that's timing round. Time and overtime. Yeah. So you can resolve the attack, but either way, Black Yellow Luffy would be at 1 life to 0. So yeah, cool. Thank you guys. All right. And so that's it. Luffy wins in overtime, Sardec 13 with more life, which is I mean not too surprising when it's a 4 life leader to a 3 life leader. But
yeah.
looks like Damien's gonna look at the top of their deck. Yeah, just no 10 cost, which is so frustrating. Yeah, the Dragon would have been amazing though. Dragon's such an offensive card for this matchup.
Yeah, you're a really big fan of that card, right?
I like it. I'm a big fan. So, anyways, we are done with this round. We'll go to ask. We're gonna take like a super